Hey guys, it's yours truly, InterviewClues here, and welcome back to InterviewClues, the series where we interview peeps around the internet and talk about their hobbies and what they like to do. So, for today's episode of InterviewClues, it's one of our firsts here on the series. We've had many firsts already, but today we have our very first VTuber interview. Yep, our very first VTuber is today. And, well, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello! My name is Grogda, and I run Clover Patch Studio. That's my art. And I am a VTuber and artist.
It's so good to have you aboard. What's your name again? Sorry.
It's okay. It's kind of hard to say. It's Grogda.
Grogda. It's good to have you aboard, Grogda. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. So, I guess before we get started, I always ask if you like the game, that is, which I'm going to go off and say you probably do. What are your top 3 favorite games?
Oh, that's hard. My number 1 favorite game ever is called Fortune Street, and it's a little bit unknown. It's a Wii game that's like a mixture of Mario Party and Monopoly. I also really like the Harvest Moon series and Sonic games.
Oh, okay. Fortune Street, believe it or not, is actually it's still not super popular, but I do know a good chunk of the Nintendo fan base does know what that game is, considering it is a Mario Square Enix crossover. One of, I think, 3 that they did as part of a deal back in the day among.
Yes!
So yeah.
That's, I didn't know that there were other people who knew about it. Every time I mention Fortune Street, nobody's ever heard of it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not one of Square Enix's most popular series, definitely not if there was Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, but I do know a good chunk of the Nintendo fan base does know what that game is. And fun fact, actually Fortune Street has had a history. Before the Wii installment, there was a DS installment as well, which also crossed over with Dragon Quest and Mario, so, but that one was Japanese exclusive, so no shocker there. Yeah, that one isn't super well known. And then
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep, totally. I haven't played Fortune Street Wii in a while, but I do remember playing that. Now as for Harvest Moon, ooh, now there's a series I have not heard in months.
Ooh.
I have played quite a few of the Harvest Moon games, as well as the Story of Season games as well. For those who don't know, long story short, Story of Seasons is actually the current Harvest Moon that we know. The Harvest Moon that Namsub makes is, in the fan base's opinion, a completely different series. Oh, you're aware.
I agree.
Yeah, so it is definitely it has quite the story history. But recently, Voo Factory, a spin-off of that very series, just came recently back with Voo Factory for a special coming at first, and then finally a follow-up to that, Voo Factory 5, and now this year we're getting Voo Factory 3 special coming, which is the third installment of it, I believe, on the DS, if my knowledge serves me correct. But yeah, so safe to say Harvest Moon Story Seasons has had a very storied history. Oh, and we're also getting that Harvest Moon Story Seasons remake of A Wonderful Life, which is one of the fan favorites.
Yes, that's my absolute favorite. I am so excited for it to come out.
Oh, I bet you are. Well, hopefully I'll be able to watch you stream it one of these days then.
Oh, you're always always welcome to stop on by.
Oh, totally. And as for the Sonic series, oh, well, you probably would notice if you looked at the content on the channel, but yeah, I do quite a bit of Sonic.
Yes, that is something I know very well about you.
So...
And it's always nice to be in the presence of a fellow Sonic fan.
Oh yeah, totally. I've been through a lot with this fan base. Good, bad, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's been a roller coaster ride with this Hedgehog. I'm just so glad that Frontiers as well as Prime in the movie have just helped Sonic get back up there, so... But it's now that we mentioned Sonic, before we move on to the questions, curious, what are some of your favorite Sonic games?
Ooh, so for the mainline games, my favorite are Sonic CD and Sonic Heroes. But I actually have a big heart for all the spin-off games, like Sonic R and Sonic Spinball, all the silly spin-off games. I just love those.
And hey, you're not the only one. Lots of people love those spin-offs, me included.
Oh, good.
But yeah, Sonic CD. That one is a debate in the fan base. You either love it or you hate it. From what I've noticed. So yeah. And as for Sonic Heroes, well, that was fun fact. That was actually my very first Sonic game that got me into the series after after I played Sonic in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So that one was my very first one that I ever tackled for Sonic, and ever since then I've been a Sonic fan. So, but yeah. Well, let's get started. So first things first. So how'd you get started VTubing?
Oh gosh, I wanted to be a Twitch streamer in general for a really long time, cause I love to entertain. Ever since I was 15 years old, I've been doing like comedy stand-up and like always throwing like murder mystery parties for my friends, and I just love to entertain, but I'm very camera shy. So when VTubing started getting really popular in the States, I really wanted to jump in on it and be a part of it, because I thought finally a way for me to stream and entertain without having to worry about how I look on camera all the time.
That is very cool. Cool. Yeah, VTubing is very popular over here. In case you guys have noticed, there's been a rise in VTubers in general, which is always so good to see more people getting into the content creation side of things. And I know that VTubing especially is popular on Twitch. So.
Oh yes.
So yeah, that's very good. So I'm curious, who made your like VTuber model and stuff? Did you do that yourself, or did you get help for it?
So, I designed the character myself. I actually designed her about 2 years before I got my VTuber model made. But I don't have the skill set to build a VTuber model, so I ended up commissioning an artist named Yugi to make this for me.
Ooh, I see. Well, if you don't mind, just so people can check them out later as well. Could you send me the info so I can leave a link in the description below?
Absolutely, I'll send you all that info.
Thank you. All right then. But yeah, it turned out very well from what I can tell. I really like your VTuber model.
Thank you very much. I just love, if you see. When I shake my head, my ears wiggle.
Oh yeah,
it's my favorite part.
Well, it looks really cool. It really does look really cool. So what about like your branding and stuff? Did you do that much yourself?
So my logo and like this backdrop I have with the waves moving. I have another artist friend who I'm very close with named Simon, and he helped me figure all of this out because he has, like the graphic design technical skills to do all this.
Oh, wow. Wow, you have some very good friends to help you out with your VTubing, Cleo. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes, I do. I've made quite the community of loving, amazing different artists.
Very much so. Well, it looks your logo looks pretty looks like like if I was watching you for the first time, I would say, okay, this VTuber looks very fun.
Thank you. I'll let him know the great compliment you gave.
Indeed. And as for that background, I really like the scrolling backgrounds a lot. It just, for some reason, that aesthetic appeals to me. So I really like it. So they did a very good job with that too. Let me see. Okay, so so curious. Everybody has a very first stream or a very first video that they upload in a YouTuber's case. So how did your very first stream go? If that's not too personal, that is.
So my very first stream, I wrote this down actually. It was on July 22nd of last year, 2022. And it went so great. I played the indie video game Ooblets, and I still play that game to this day on stream. And I think about 30 viewers my first stream, which I think, in my opinion, for a first time is quite a lot of people. And it just was so happy that I'm addicted now. I can't stop streaming. I love hanging out with chat and everyone.
Well, that's good. Ooblets. I can't help but feel like I've heard that game somewhere before. It's probably on the tip of my tongue. I'll probably have to look it back up later. But I definitely, the fact that you had 30 viewers for your first stream, that is very impressive for a first stream.
I know, I was blushing so much because I felt like, I was expecting maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 1 person, but 30? It was amazing.
Well, that is amazing. I mean, that's a good, in my opinion, that shows that you're definitely off to a very good start so far. Even though you just started last year, I think you're going to go places in the future.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. So is there any game that you want to do on stream?
Oh yes. We've kind of already talked about it. When the new Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life comes out, I'm just gonna be dedicating all my stream time to that. I'm so excited for it to come out.
Oh, well, I guess I ironically answered that question already. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, then outside of that, is there any other games that you want to stream to?
I'd really like to find some cooking games I could stream. Like Cooking Simulator. But I need a more powerful PC to do stuff like that, because those games take up so much CPU and GPU power that they just kind of lag really bad when you try to stream them. So one day in the future, when I can upgrade my parts even more, I'd love to play like a cooking sim game.
Oh, that's totally cool. Yeah, I've heard we don't get that many cooking games. It's kind of like the music genre. We don't get that much outside of Just Dance, and it's really exciting. But yeah, I look forward to the day when we get to see you, hopefully not burn something on stream. Because knowing that chaos will definitely ensue, especially for cooking games. I know the feeling all too well.
No, knowing my chat, they'll be excited if I burn a bunch of the food.
Well, as long as you're having fun, that's what matters.
Yep.
Let's see. So, okay. Well, I guess that's all I can think of for the VTubing for now. I'll come back around if I think of something else. But now let's talk about your art, Clover Patch Studios.
Yes.
Now, for those who don't know, if that name does sound familiar, I have bought quite a few pieces of art from Clover Patch Studios already, and I want to say thank you once again for those pieces of art, because I definitely am gonna cherish them forever.
Oh, and thank you for being a great supporter and friend of my art.
No problem, no problem. So, I'm curious, how did you get started drawing?
Well, I think I have the very cliche story of ever since I could hold a crayon at 3 years old, I wanted to be an artist. And, it was actually a very difficult journey to becoming an artist because sadly I didn't really have any adults in my life as a child who supported that dream. So I actually ended up dropping out of college at 18 years old to pursue art full time.
Oh.
And it's been going actually really amazing.
Well, that's good. That is very good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. So, what has been your favorite piece of art to draw?
Oh gosh. I would have to say I know you have some of them actually. I do this series of posters that are GameCube games mixed with cereal boxes, and they have been a big challenge to draw because they take a lot of creative brain power to make. And I actually just got done with 2 new ones, and they've been just such a blast to make because they're so colorful and fun. I just got done with a Mario Kart and Lucky Charms mashup that'll be coming out soon.
Not gonna lie, given how popular Mario Kart is, I'm surprised that isn't a reality.
Yeah, I get comments a lot from people asking if it's real cereal and they can buy the real cereal, and I always have to tell them, no, I'm sorry, it's just a drawing. Yeah, I know that feeling, my friend. I know that feeling. I wish it was real cereal. Not that I would totally buy 5 or 6 boxes, but just saying. But yes, I do own, I think, one of your pieces. I think it's your Super Mario Sunshine one in particular. Yes.
That one looked almost good enough to eat.
Oh, good! That's the best compliment there is for them!
That's great to hear. But is there any other pieces that you're proud of outside of your cereal box mashups?
I would say, outside of cereal boxes, I've been working on making a lot more original content instead of just fan art content, and it's kind of art, but it's not like drawing art. It's more like creative inspiration. I'm working on making my own line of Ida bags. So I've been having to draw up the blueprints for them and figure out all the materials to use to make them. And that's not out yet. I still have another year or so to work on that, but it's again been a really creatively challenging endeavor that's been just very fun to be a part of.
Oh, I bet. Well, I can't wait to see those bags for sure. Let's see. What is your favorite cereal mashup that you've done?
Ooh, I have to go with the original one I made. The first one I ever made. It's Luigi's Mansion and Boo Berry cereal. And so I named it King Boo Berry. very fitting. King Boo is...
I mean, King Boo is the main, well, in the case of Luigi's Mansion 3, not really. He shares the role that time, but for the other two, for sure, he is the main antagonist. So of course, it would be nice to name him King Booberry, and I mean, Boo's already in the name for the regular Booberry, so why not?
Exactly. It's like it was a match made in heaven.
Oh yes, 100%. Well, hopefully at one point I'll be able to grab that one as well, because I definitely want to hang it right next to my Luigi's Mansion poster I'm possibly getting in the future.
Ooh.
Yep. Let's see. I have one. So, is there any particular character or something that you've been wanting to draw but just haven't had the time, or it's just too complicated?
Actually, yes. I've been really wanting to do a very large art poster piece of the Shadow Siren sisters from Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. So I wanted to draw like the Shadow Queen, and then all three of the Shadow sisters like below her, and I just haven't gotten around to it because like you kind of said, it's a very challenging piece to make.
Well, I know a lot of Paper Mario fans would love to see that. Thousand Year Door is definitely a fan favorite, and I think a lot of people would love to see that piece come to life. So I wish you the best of luck with that drawing.
Thank you. I'm gonna really power through everything and get it done soon.
That's what I like to hear. Well, considering you said yourself a Sonic fan, is there any Sonic character that you would like to draw in the future?
Oh yes, I actually just got done with a Kickstarter project for like some community funding to do a new series of metal pins, and they're all of Sonic characters drawn like really goofy and silly. So like Sonic looks really grumpy, and then like Tails looks like he's gonna explode. And I just got done doing that, and I'm still getting them all ready to ship out to everyone. But I'd like to make a second series of them with even more characters, and I'd really like to include some of the comic book characters, like Scourge and I don't remember the IDW characters' names, but there's the lemur.
Oh, you mean Tango?
Yes, her and
Whisper.
It's
Who's
the one who wears the mask?
That would be Whisper.
Yes, them. I need to start reading those comics more.
Hey, you're not the only one slacking on the comics. I haven't had a chance to get around to it either. I've only read the first one. So you're not alone there, but that would be cool. I know that Tango and Whisper in particular are fan favorites in the community, so they would. I know for a fact that would sell out like hotcakes if you made those.
You know, and that's great to hear, and selling is always the goal, you know, because we all do need to pay money and like rent and everything, us artists, but also I just like making things that when people get them or see them from me, they just go, oh wow, this character, I love them, wow, this is so cool. I love making people feel that way.
Oh, that's good. That's always an amazing feeling. I know that for sure. Sure. Whenever I make some videos that I'm very proud of, I'm just like, that took a lot of effort, but it was worth it. It was really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So going back around to your streaming stuff, I was curious, what video game systems, or in this case, what your PC specs are, do you own?
Oh, okay. I actually don't have that written down. I don't know off the top of my head. My PC specs.
Oh, that's
I have a custom. No, go ahead.
No, you first.
I was gonna say, I have a custom-built PC that, actually all my friends, over the years have helped me put together and, like, get more advanced parts little by little. But I don't really know the specs off the top of my head.
That's totally fair. Well, what about the video game consoles?
Oh, currently, I have a Switch, and I have my original GameCube still from when I was little. I have a Wii U. I don't have my Wii anymore, but I have a Wii U. Let's see. I have a few handhelds, like, I have the 3DS, I have a Game Boy SP, I have an N64, and that's about it. I really just have Nintendo systems, and then, I play, like, Steam and Epic games on my PC.
Hey, that's totally fair. I know how that feels. I've always wanted to get a PC myself, just don't have the time or the money to invest in it, since I always
They're very expensive, especially if you want one that can handle, like, gaming. It's a lot of money, and that's why mine's custom built. That's way I could buy little parts over time and then eventually put it all together to have one working PC.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that journey, and I hope it's successful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, those are some good Nintendo consoles you own. I actually own almost all of those, including my original Wii. I'm a very, very, very big Nintendo fan. That is just an understatement in terms, because I have I think over 500 digital games across my Wii U, 3DS, and Switch.
Oh wow! You must have had, when it was still around, you must have had lots of points at the Nintendo Club.
Well, actually, fun fact, I didn't really dive deep into Nintendo until around the Nintendo DS era, when Nintendo DS was still a big thing, so...
Oh!
Yeah, and then I really didn't get deep into it until around the 3DS, so... while I have been gaming for a while with Nintendo, I really didn't get into it until about the 2012 to 14 range, and ever since then I've been knee deep into it, so I've been around for quite some time now as a Nintendo fan. It's just I didn't really dive deep until, you know. But yeah, it's been a fun journey so far, and I'm super excited for all the exclusives coming up for Nintendo in the future too. We have Tears of the Kingdom coming up, Advanced Wars, and Pikmin 4 especially is one that I know a lot of people have been waiting on.
Yes, I'm so excited for Pikmin 4! I should have mentioned I'm a big Pikmin fan!
Oh, a big Pikmin fan! Then maybe you can give, then maybe at one point or the other you can talk to my fellow media maniac on the channel, Ethan N. He is a big he's new to the series and he wants to play a little bit more, but he's had a hard time getting into the second game, so I recommended the third game, and he had an easier time picking that up and actually beat it just about, I think, a week ago.
I would definitely say that Pikmin 3 is, it's my favorite, but it's also, like, the easiest to, like, play and get into, because Pikmin 1 and 2 are, like, way harder of games, especially 1, if you're gonna 100% it. Ooh, that's really hard.
Oh yeah, I was doing my research on that. I feel bad for the completionist, but I bet it is 100% worth it. I always say that sometimes the hardest games are the most satisfying to beat. But yeah, there's so much coming up. Okay, so let's see what I watched. I know. Is there a video game series that you've been wanting to dive into, but you just haven't had the time between VTubing and all the other stuff that you've been doing?
thinking. You know, I don't know so much about a specific series, but there's many, many games out there that, weirdly enough, actually, VTubing has given me the opportunity to play them more, because now I have, like, a dedicated stream time, and I can be like, oh, that game! I forgot about that one, and I can go play it. I've been wanting to play the Mario Sports Series games, specifically the new ones that came out, and also, the Mario Kart new levels that have been coming out. I haven't had a chance to play those all too much. And Rune Factory and Fire Emblem games. I haven't really had a chance to delve into those very much.
Oh, okay. Well, as for the Mario Sports games, they are definitely worth it. I will say for the price tag that they are at not 100% worth it, but they are. But if you can get them on a discount, I think you will be in for still a very fun time.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
As for Rune Factory and Fire Emblem, well, you'll basically at this point, by the time Rune Factory 3 special releases, you'll have at least 3 titles to check out. 2 acclaimed titles, because I know 3 is sort of on the controversial, I think, from what I know. And then 4 is definitely one of the fan favorites. And then you have 5, which is also hit or miss for some people. So you'll definitely have quite the bit to dive into. And as for Fire Emblem, well, if I could make a recommendation, I would definitely try Engage before checking out Free Houses, because Free Houses is a very, very long game if you want to play all free, because it lives up to its name. There's 3 different paths you can take in Fire Emblem.
Oh.
Yes, so if you want to get the full picture, you're going to need to play the game at least 3 times through.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so if you're going to dive into the series, I would recommend checking out Fire Emblem Engage instead. It is one story, and it is from what I played and from what my pal Ethan Ennis told me, who's a resident RPGist, it is one of the easiest games that he said that for newbies to dive into for sure. So definitely check out that one if you want to dive into the Fire Emblem franchise at one point or the other.
I actually, I did play, one Fire Emblem game, at a friend's house once, and it was, I think it's just called Fire Emblem, I think. It's the one where Lyn is the main character.
Oh yes, yes, and you are correct. It is just called Fire Emblem here in the States, but in Japan it's called Fire Emblem the Blazing Sword. So, yeah, so many of the Fire Emblem community just calls it Fire Emblem the Blazing Sword or Fire Emblem GBA, because it was literally just called Fire Emblem over here when it got localized for the US. So, and fun fact, that was actually the first game that we received over here in the States, because prior to this, when Roy was introduced, the series was still was introduced in Smash Brothers. He and Marth's games were still exclusive to Japan, so it was thanks to that melee that gave Nintendo interest to bring the next Fire Emblem installment into the West in addition to Japan, and ever since then, they've brought pretty much most of the installments over.
That's so cool to hear, cause I'm actually a pretty big part of the Super Smash Brothers tournament community, and oh boy, does that community love Marth. Oh my gosh, he's probably the #1 character ever.
Well, that actually kind of surprises me.
It's mostly because of the Melee fans, not so much the newer Smash games, but the people who are really in the Melee still. Oh, they just love Marth.
Wow. Huh. Well, that's going to be interesting to tell Ethan later. He's going to be surprised. Let's see. here's a good question. So, if there was one game that you want to return in the future, which game would it be?
Ooh. I really miss, I used to grow up playing the Super Monkey Ball series, and I know that there have been newer titles of the Super Monkey Ball game semi-recently, but I miss the original game directors from the first 1, 2, and Deluxe. Those games had just a very different feel to them, a very I don't really know how to describe it, but I would love for that creator to come back one day and maybe make a new installment of the Monkey Ball series.
Ah, I see. Well, as a resident Sega Sonic fan on the channel, I can reassure you that for the classic feel, if you try Banana Mania, which is actually a remake of 1, 2, and Deluxe, that you do have the ability to buy the classic skin, so you can play as the classic versions of those characters. Yes. And as for the director coming back, fun fact, you know the Yakuza series, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, RNG actually used to be Amusement Vision, from what I know. No, they actually used to be... Oh, wait, no. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yes, I think they used to be Amusement Vision or a different department that made those games, but RNGGG is actually still the studio that made Super Monkey Ball in the first place. So most of the staff that actually, I think, worked on the original games worked on the Banana Mania. Banana Blitz is a remake of a Wii title, so if you want the classic Super Monkey Ball, I would definitely go with Banana Mania for sure.
Well, I will have to check that out. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal. It got released, I think, about 2 years ago, now that I remember. And a lot of Monkey Ball fans were very happy. Now, I will say that there is a couple criticisms to be had. Like the party game's a little bit not as fun, especially Monkey Target, but outside of that, the levels themselves are actually pretty fun still to play. Just, they can just, playing those games again just made me remind me why I don't play Monkey Ball that often. It's because it's rage-inducing.
Oh, yes, it is.
I mean, I do still have fun, but it's just like, oh god, some of these levels just make me really want to quit. But yeah, check out Banana Mania if you're looking for that Super Monkey Ball classic experience. It is one of my opinion. I know some of the community thinks different, but is my opinion one of the better remakes that have come out in the last maybe 5-10 years. Indeed. But yeah, Super Monkey Ball is definitely one of those series I really want to dive into more myself. I haven't played too much of this series, so you bringing that up actually reminded me I should probably get back to looking for those games.
They as rage-inducing as they are, the satisfaction you get from completing those levels, ooh, it's so great.
Right. And with Banana Mania in particular, they actually added a couple beginner features to help make the game a little bit easier for players who are new. Like they added a rewind feature and a slow-mo feature as well to make things easier for the players.
Oh.
That does come at the cost of you won't be able to do the bonus level if you use them, but in my opinion, that helps you practice a little bit so you can get better at the levels, and then when you're finally able to tackle it by itself, then you can actually get there and get to the bonus level for those stages, which in my opinion is a good way to learn the stage.
I like that too, because then the bonus level really feels like an accomplishment too. Like You worked so hard in the beginner section with all the like little help, like training wheel kind of stuff, and then you took it off and you were able to get to the bonus level.
Exactly. In fact, I would recommend, Banana Mania for anybody who is beginning with Monkey Ball, personal opinion, just because some of the classics can be a little, a lot more rage-inducing. Plus, the only two consoles that you can get, you can only get the originals on GameCube, so if you're not used to playing on Nintendo systems, you might struggle a little. But Deluxe is available on PlayStation and GameCube, so if you're a PlayStation fan, you do have another option. But yeah, let's see. Boy, we got off topic there.
That's okay!
Let's see. Is there anything else I can ask? So, do you watch anime at all?
Yes, I do.
Ooh. Okay, so question. What is your top 3 favorite anime?
Oh, I always sound I always sound silly when I say this, what my favorite anime is, because people are like, really? That one? What are you, stuck in the 2000s? Yes, I am. Azumanga is my all-time favorite anime.
That is a name I have not heard of.
Oh, it's like a slice of life comedy. If you've seen the anime Nichijou is directly inspired by Azumanga Daioh. They have a very similar vibe. Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard of that one either. I guess I should.
Oops.
I guess I should have mentioned I am actually still relatively new to anime. Ethan N, who again is how he is actually a huge anime buff, so he probably would know a couple of those animes. But I have not heard of that one, and I'm not sure if Ethan has either, so I'll definitely check those out. Now that you mentioned slice of life, that is actually my favorite type of genre for anime. I haven't found too many of those, so I'll definitely check those out.
Yes, please do, and they certainly are, I would describe them as animes of their time. Like, people don't really talk about them now that they're a bit older.
Hey, that's totally fair. And I always say, as long as an anime makes people happy, it doesn't matter how big or small the fan base is, as long as you enjoy it. Of course, barring the controversies. Of course. But yeah. Any other animes that you like to watch?
Yes, gosh, all my favorites are from, like, that 2000s era. Fruits Basket was my first anime ever. I love that one, and they made a remake of it, I think in 2020, and the remake's pretty good. I read a lot of manga now that I'm older. When I was first getting into anime, back, like 15 years ago, I really only watched it, but now that I'm in my 20s, I read a lot more manga. Same creator who made Azumanga Daioh wrote a manga called Yotsuba, and it's about a little girl. I think she's only maybe like 5, and she's got green hair, and it's just like a slice of life, like her being a little kid playing outside and hijinks ensue, and it's so wholesome and it's so silly, and I definitely recommend it. It'll make you smile and laugh a whole bunch.
I'll definitely have to check it out. Oh, that sounds like a very fun anime / manga. I'll definitely have to check that out. Let's see. Oh, what about any of the popular ones? Have you watched any of those?
Yes, I've seen Demon Slayer, of course, and I really like that one. I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan, but I love, I saw the Dragon Ball, Broly movie, and I just loved it. I love Broly. I think he's so sweet and cute, and he's such a cool, tough fighter, too. Oh gosh, what else is popular? A bit older, but very popular, Full Metal Alchemist. That's an amazing watch.
My Hero Academia, have you watched that?
Oh, yes, I have. I'm very behind on it, though. I haven't watched it for about a whole year because I've been so busy. But I really like it. I like the Invisible Girl a lot. She's my favorite.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! Oh, no! Don't say uh-oh!
Well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But, yeah, there's gonna be some heartbreaking stuff in the current season right now. There's gonna be some heartbreaking stuff. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say too much more, but, yeah. yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but just be prepared. Season 6 is gonna possibly break your heart in two.
I'll have to prepare myself emotionally so I can be ready for anything.
Good. But in terms of the other seasons, you'll be fine. I think you're actually gonna enjoy some of the other seasons, especially I believe season 4 is one of the fan favorites. I could be wrong. I'll have to ask Ethan again, but I think that one is one of the fan favorites, and I think people have said that one's a pretty good season. I don't follow My Academia as much as others do, so yeah, but you're going to be in for quite the roller coaster ride once you reach season 6, just giving you that much of a heads up.
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah. Let's see, is there any... Oh, have you seen Sword Art Online?
Yes, I actually watched every episode as it came out, the original Sword Art Online series. And I have opinions. I have some opinions on that show. I've also seen the spin-off Gun Gale Online series.
Gotcha. And as for the opinions, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one.
I know for a fact I am not the only one.
Yeah, my best friend's watched that too, and he has quite a few opinions himself about certain parts. And given what he's told me, I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Let's see, is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, one more. Attack on Titan.
Oh, so I remember when that came out and it got super popular, and I just never watched it. Not for any reason in particular, I just never got around to watching it. I know very little about it. I know, there's Titans, and they eat people, and the one guy turns into a Titan, and something about genocide, and that's all I know.
Ew, that's totally fair. I haven't watched it all that much either, so I know just about as much as you do, but...
Okay.
So you're not alone there. But yeah, you seem to have watched quite a bit of anime there. And if I may make some recommendations to you, there's two animes in particular that I've watched so far that I think everybody else should watch. How Heavy the Dumbbells You Lift is actually a very funny and very cool slice of life anime. It's about this girl who wants to lose weight.
Oh, that sounds fun!
So she signs up for a gym. But it turns out one of the richest girls in her school also signs up for this gym. And together chaos ensues, but it also teaches you a little bit about muscle growth as well, and your body as well. And throughout the series, other characters join in, including, I believe, one of their teachers as well. So it is a very, very fun. Sadly, it's a very short anime though.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of, my favorite shows out there are only, like 13 or 20 episodes long, and there's no sequel coming.
Yeah, I felt the exact same way. I was like, that's it? That's all? Oh, man. I wanted to see more, but oh well. Well, who knows? Maybe in the future I'll get a second season, but I'm not going to push it for now. And then another one I recommend is one I've actually watched recently is Bull Fury.
Oh, is that the one with the girl who has the shield?
Yes. So basically, this girl gets into this VR MMO. I've noticed that there's been quite a few of those ever since Sword Art Online came out. And then she decides to, max out her defense. And unironically, she becomes one of the most powerful players in the game because of it.
I've heard of this one, because when I go to the bookstore, it's always displayed as like a top pick that everybody has. And so I know, very, very little about it, but I know, yes, that like she maxes out her defense with her big shield, and she's like, I don't want to get hurt. Please don't hurt me.
Well, at this point, she's kind of not able to get hurt, but I will say that she does get some very strange powers along the way. And second season is second season is currently going, so yeah. So if you need to catch up on the first season, no rush. Second season is still going right now, so you don't have to worry about catching up too much. Thankfully, there's only 2 seasons for this anime right now. But I have yet to catch up on the rest of the second season. I just finished watching all of first season. It's actually pretty cool. But second season I have not caught up on, so hopefully I get around to that soon.
Hopefully.
And then real quick, before we close out the interview, I also wanted to recommend some games to possibly play on stream as well, because I think they would be very fun.
Oh yes, please recommend!
Okay, so the first one is Coffee Talk. It's one of my favorite indie games of all time. And honestly, I think it would be a very good, fun, comfy stream game to play. Basically, you are this barista, and you're a barista in Seattle owning a shop called The Coffee Talk. This isn't your everyday, normal, oval, real-life setting Seattle. This is fantasy Seattle. So in addition to like regular humans, you'll serve orcs, aliens, aqua people, let me see, elves, lots of different people.
I gotta check that out, cause I actually know an artist who just coincidentally, they write a little webcomic called Yokai Cafe. That's like the same premise. It's these 2 Oni girls, like the Japanese ogres, and they run a coffee shop together, and all their clientele are other yokai.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I heard about that. I actually follow their account, so I'm very well. Yeah, it's no coincidence. But I did hear that recently they're actually stopping the comic for now to work on other stuff.
Yes, I saw that too. I think it's on hiatus.
Yes, which is understandable. If they want to focus on other things, I wish them the best of luck in the future. But yeah, Coffee Talk is definitely one I would recommend checking out, and the sequel is actually coming out next month, so I'm very excited to play it myself. And the sequel would be something that you would be interested in too, because it seems to be, from what I played from the demo, a focus a bit on content creation.
Ooh!
Yeah, so I don't know too much so far, but there is this character who is some kind of YouTube-like figure. I'm not sure what kind of video service they have in the Coffee Talk world, but he is one of those people, and he talks about being a content creator a little bit, which is interesting to me because not many games really talk about content creation in that sense. So I'm very interested to see how the conversation goes for that game.
I'll have to check that out. I wrote it down so I don't forget.
Good. Then let me see. Another game I would recommend checking out is Haven. It's one of my second favorite indies that I recently played. Haven is basically about this couple who runs away from their current life and makes a settling on a remote planet. But through their struggles and through all that, things happen, and it really does test the bond of the relationship for what I've noticed. It is a very cozy, comfy game, and you can play, for my people who are wondering, you can also play as the usual couple, male-female, but you can also play female-female or male-male. So it goes both ways. They just added that in the recent update, so you can play as that too. But and honestly, it is such a very, very good story. I really do think it is one of my favorite indie games to come out recently, and I think it would be enjoyed. And it is on PC as well, so you should definitely check it out if you get the chance.
Do you happen to know, is it multiplayer or just single player?
You can play multiplayer. I believe they did add that in the last update that you can play online with friends. I think. I have to double check.
Cause that kind of sounds like similar to like It Takes Two, where you have like two people playing to complete the game together. That sounds really fun.
Yes, you can play with two players. I do know that much, but I don't remember if it was online co-op. I have to double check. I have to double check the patch notes that they released for the last couple updates, and I'll probably DM you that just in case. But
thank you.
Yes, but I do know for fact you can play as two players, so I think it'd be a lot of fun. It is a cozy game. The combat isn't too bad in there, and I think you would actually enjoy it. It isn't like super focused. It isn't like a super complex system, so I think it would be an easy game to dive into.
I also have written that one down so I can check it out.
Nice. Let me see. Shoot, there was one more that I would highly recommend you checking out, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Let me just, hold on a second, pull up my Nintendo Switch. I have it right next to my computer here. Let's see, what other game would I recommend? Oh, there it is. Unpacking.
Oh, I've seen that one around. I've been meaning to play that.
Okay, so basically the premise of it is you're playing as, well, at first you're only playing as one character, but at one point or the other you'll play as two different characters, and you'll go back and forth between the lives, and you're going to be unpacking their life basically. So you're starting a child room, for example, first, and you're going to be unboxing what this child or young person likes to do. So and then it is like a very cozy, comfy game, and the music is, it's just so good. But it is like a very slow, very fun game. But I will say it is very short, unfortunately. So I would.
That sounds like a nice, quick stream game, though. You know, you play it a few times, you're done, and you can move on to something else and have just a nice, cozy time.
Indeed. So yeah, I would recommend checking that one out as well. Well, it is a very, very fun game. And I think, yeah, that is currently about it. But there is one series I wanted to recommend too. Have you heard of the Atelier series?
I have not.
Well, guess you can't say I'm surprised about that. It only recently just got popular before then. Almost no one's heard of it, but Atelier is a series of cozy and comfy games by Kumio Tecmo, the same people who have made, I'm pretty sure you've heard these names, Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, as well as Fire Emblem Free Hopes, and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. They collaborate with Nintendo on that. And they're also actually behind Fire Emblem Engage, I believe, and Fire Emblem Three Houses. So they've done quite a bit. Yeah, but Kumio Tecmo actually has this studio called Gust, and they're the ones behind the Atelier series.
I will have to look into that too.
Yes, just recently they announced two things: a sequel to Atelier Roselle, which is the third game in a series of games for her. She's gotten really popular, and she's the reason why the series is super popular nowadays. And then they also announced a remake of the very first game in the series, Atelier Marie Remake, which is coming out later on this summer. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, but it is a very fun game. Each game has its completely different story, so you don't have to follow the game. Each game has a completely different story, with the exception of the Atelier Roselle games, because there's 3 games in that series. So there is that as well. So you will have to play all 3 games to follow the story for that one, but all the other games have their own separate story, and characters from some of the previous games make guest appearances in there. And there's a whole bunch of funny moments in the series. Like some of them have made me laugh out loud and like giggle and laugh. So it is a very fun and comfy series, and the music for the game is just it is so good. It is so good. So definitely check it out. I would highly recommend, if you want to start, I would check out either Atelier Roselle, or wait until the Atelier Marie Remake comes out, because that is the first game in the series, and that one's actually a game that came over in Japan but never came to the States until now. So definitely check that series out as well. I think you would really enjoy it.
Oh, well, I will.
Alright, well, I think that's all the time we really have for today, so could you give everybody your handles and stuff so I can put them in the description below? Could you tell them where you can find them?
Yes, absolutely. And can I also, if it's okay, can I recommend a game for you?
Oh, sure. I was just about to say, is there any games that you recommend me before we close it out? Sorry.
Okay, I'll start, let's see, should I start with the game, or should I start with my ads?
You should start with the game first.
Okay, so this game might be hard for you to get your hands on if you're not emulating it. It's called Ribbit King, and it's a GameCube game. It's kind of confusing, but it's very silly and very fun, and it's a golf game, except the golf ball is a frog, and you have to, like, hit the frog onto all these targets for points. It's really silly.
Interesting. Can't say I've heard of that one, but given the fact that I am collecting a lot of retro games at the moment, I will definitely keep an eye out for it.
Please do. It's a hard find, but it's very, very worth adding to your collection.
I'm very well aware of some of the GameCube games being hard to find, but if there's one thing I know about myself, is that I'm very persistent about finding them, so I will definitely keep an eye out for that one.
Okay.
Alright, so why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes, so you can find me over on Twitch for my streams, at Grogda-chan. That's my name, Grogda, followed by CHAN, like the honorific. And that same @ is how you can find me on Twitter at Grogda-chan. And that's pretty much all I've got right now. And I stream every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time.
Ah, nice. So that means you're probably doing the stream today.
Yes, I am. I don't even. Wednesdays are my variety stream day, so I don't even know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just gonna go into my Steam library and find something.
Well, I gotta say, variety is always a spice of life. So I think that's a good thing to have. But yeah, okay, I will leave those ads in the description, leave that in the description below, and thank you, Grog-chan, for coming on. I really do appreciate you being on InterviewClues, and thanks for being the first VTuber as well.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun. I feel so special being asked to come on here.
Oh, it's no problem. But yeah, that is all for now, guys. I will see you guys later. See you guys soon. And of course, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, so that way we can get even more people to come on the series at one point. I do have a couple other interview clues lined up, but for the time being, this is yours truly, InterviewClues, signing out for now, and I will see you, a lot of you, later. So yeah, bye!